What's going on, my peoples? We are back again, man. In this video, I want to talk about how did I pass the Florida real estate exam, the Florida real estate test, whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna try to give you some tips if I could. The way I passed the test, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did a lot of reading. I read the book. You know that thing that they gave you in the class when you sign up for the class, that thick things with them little words in it. It's a book. I read it. You gotta read, and you gotta read some more, because everything for the test is in the book. You gotta open your mind, you gotta open your understanding, and you just gotta read the book. One of the tips that I can give you, I'm gonna give you this very important tip right now. Okay, so one of the things, the first thing that I noticed when I was going to real estate school, that the schools, they actually give you the blueprint right away on how to pass a test, right? They give you the blueprint. What they do is they go over the first day, they go over all the chapters that you're going to be doing in the book. And they literally tell you the percentage of questions that's actually going to be on the test. So what did I do? Well, the first thing I did, I told myself, I set myself a plan. I set myself a goal, right? And I did the process of elimination. So what that meant to me was, for instance, chapter 1 had one question on the test. So what did I do? I ignored chapter 1. I just skimmed right through it. You know what I'm saying? And chapter 15, it had like no questions on the test, right? Or if it did, it had like one question on the test. So what I did to chapter 15, I ignored chapter 15. I skimmed right through it. So I'm not telling you not to read those chapters. They might be very helpful to you in the future, but I'm just telling you that one of the ways how I passed the test, I didn't want to waste my time. So what I did is that when they gave me the blueprint of how many questions going to be in each chapter, what I did, I attacked the chapters first that had the most questions on the test, and I read, and I went over some highlights that I thought that was going to be important on the test, and I would highlight it, and I would read it over and over. I didn't use no flashcards or something like that, and I would do that to every single chapter from highest to lowest, and I would try to master the highest chapter first, all the way down to the lowest. Now, you know that on the Florida State test, they have about 10 math questions. Another thing I did not do, I didn't waste too much time trying to study math. Because to me, in my opinion, you need to spend time trying to understand math, trying to understand how to figure out the equations, and trying to understand how to solve a problem. If you can spend time trying to solve a math problem, then you would understand how to pass all the math questions. To me, it was fairly easy to pass the math questions. Sometimes when you're doing a math test, right? Sometimes you don't even have to get the right answer to answer the question right. And what I mean by that, they give you a multiple choice question, right? If you just read the question and try to solve it, it will lead you to the answer. Even if you think your answer is going to be wrong, 9 or 10 times it's right. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't waste too much time studying the math either. I just try to understand what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So one of my biggest things with the Florida State real estate test was just I did a lot of reading, I did a lot of studying. One of the things I advise you guys to stay away from, these YouTube videos that's claiming to have all these test questions on it. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. I took this test 2 times, and the first time I took it, the only reason I did not pass it because my computer was cracked. I took it from home, and my laptop was cracked at the top left, so I could not read most of the questions. So I went and got me a new laptop because I knew I was going to need it for real estate anyway. So I went and got me a new laptop, and I was confident as soon as I scheduled the test again, I was confident that I was going to pass this test. But I can remember that all the YouTube videos I used to watch claiming that they have all these test questions in it with the answers. I must have went over like 5 of them. 5 questions on a test. But I'm not saying not to listen to it. Just don't depend on it. Because it does kind of help. Because when those questions does pop up, you'll be able to answer it really quick. But don't let that be your only choice of studying. You have to read. You have to read, and try to understand what you're doing. Now, one of the things I'm going to be doing in my future videos, I'm going to be going over the chapters in the Florida real estate exam. Not exam, but the Florida real estate book. And I'm going to try to point out key terminologies that I believe is going to be on the test. And I will do this, and I'm going to try to start by next week doing that so I can help some people pass the test. And I'm doing this for free. You got it's a lot of things out there, man. People trying to charge you to help you pass the test and this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all about reading. You got to educate yourself, educate your mind, and you'll definitely do good. So if you guys have any tips that can help anybody pass the Florida real estate test, please feel free to put it in the comments. I appreciate you guys for watching, and just remember, if you're moving to South Florida and you need help on finding a place or a property, just reach out to me, and me and my team will be more than happy to help you out. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of the 2020, and hopefully 2021 will bring you a great year. And one of the tips I always tell everybody, don't wait on real estate. Have a great day, guys.